Welcome to a new episode of Talking Area 51. I am your host, 51 Spade. I'm sorry for the delay. I was on vacation. I know I normally give y'all the new music on Fridays, but have no fear. I'm back, and I'm definitely going to give y'all what I was listening to while I was on vacation. These actually came out Halloween on Friday. Some of the albums that I was listening to while I was actually on the plane, studying them, listening to them, and kind of came back to give y'all my feedback. So the very first one that we're going to hop into with no further ado is Offset. Offset dropped a surprise album called Haunted by Fame. Now, this was a surprise album. I think it was teased a little bit online. This isn't, to me, just in my opinion, this wasn't a scheduled album. This was something, I guess, for like his mainly fans, and something for Halloween, like a little treat just to give you a little something to tide you over when his album Kyra is already out. And you know what I'm saying, like, it's nothing really to write home about. I gave it a couple of listens. I wasn't like totally impressed with it. He's still giving you the Offset. And if you're a true Offset fan, you will, you know what I'm saying, you will take joy in it. He did have guests on there. He did have Young Boy on there. Definitely a shocker right there, especially since he had him on the last album. So they might have some things in the chamber. You never know. He had No Cap on there, and he had Lil Dump on there. You have a total of 11 songs on there. And like I said, I just gave it a couple of listens. I wasn't like totally impressed by it. I think it was a surprise album, probably like things that he had in the cut by while he was making his album, and probably just didn't make it. And he still wanted to give his hardcore fans something to listen to. So go check that out. It's called Haunted by Fame. Oh yeah, and Haunted by Fame, giving you some more into his life and what was going on, and kind of address some situations with Cardi and stuff like that. But you know, nothing too tough. But yeah, man, that was something that dropped on Halloween. I think it's a little treat for y'all. So check that out. That's Offset, Haunted by Fame. Let's move into the next one. Now, the next one was Heels Have Eyes 3. This is by Westside Gun. This is for the Griselda fans. I will say that I did like this album. I'm not like a Griselda fan, but I am a fan of Benny the Butcher, of that trio that actually goes on, Conway. And they have like projects, you know, don't get me twisted, like they all have projects that I do like more than other, but I would say of the Griselda group, I actually do like Benny the Butcher the most. Westside Gun on this project, I must actually say though, I did like this album. It kind of give me the nostalgia of the old school raps, especially from the New York side back in the day. It kind of gave me that kind of vibe in his rap style and everything like that. But I always have got that from him. It's definitely a project worth checking out. Westside Gun, he doesn't let you down on this project. Just to give you a couple of features that was on the album, you have Benny the Butcher that's on there. That's my favorite one, like I said, of the Griselda. And Mankind, sorry about that. Mankind had Stove God Cooks on there. He did have Rome Streets, Tom SOS. I don't really know who that is, so I'm not even gonna fake the funk like I know who that is. So do apologize by that. And it is an 11-track third Westside Gun installment. So definitely want to go check that out. I did like a lot of the tracks that was on there. Eddie Bauer, I did like that track. Tiffany Blue, there was a couple on here that I was actually listening to. I was like, you know what, I really do kind of like how he set this up. It was giving me that nostalgic feel of New York style rap. So definitely, if you like the East Coast, you like East Coast raps, you definitely want to check out that Westside Gun. You will not be disappointed with it. I actually did like some tracks on this, and I gave it a couple of listens. So I will give that, you know what I'm saying, something to check out. And we're going to move on to the next one. On the R&B tip, we had Trevor Jackson that dropped the EP. Trevor Jackson is, he's one of these R&B actor, singer-songwriters that has impressed me a lot. On this particular one, this one's more sounds like heartbreak. It wasn't the traditional Trevor Jackson that I'm used to listening to, but he has lyrical writing skills in the chops to pull a lot of these songs off. This one is really heavy guitar driven, and it seems like to me it was coming off, it was giving the vibe like of like heartbreak and kind of dealing with a situation. I don't know if the project was just set up that way or he's actually going through a heartbreak, but I will say that is the vibe that you're gonna get from this album. It has five tracks on there, no features. It's called Goodbye. It is a good listen, a real quick listen, but it is mood music. So if you're not really in the mood for like heartbreak songs and hearing, why did you leave me and stuff like that, you're not gonna want to listen to that. You're gonna want to wait until you're in the mood to listen to that. But it is worth checking out. Trevor Jackson, Goodbye, the EP. Check that out. And we're going to move on to the next one. And something I had in heavy rotation was Kodak Black. And I was actually shocked by this one. Kodak Black gave me something that to me, it's a hit or miss situation with Kodak Black. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, because you never know what Kodak Black you going to get. But I will say this, I've always thought this too, is that he knows how to make a hit, man. It's like real crazy. He do know how to make a hit. Like when he want to make one, he can definitely make one. And I will tell you right now, this is what I got in rotation. This is what I was listening to. Just getting started. Kodak Black, hey, this one got some bangers on there. I won't even lie to y'all. This one actually sounds good. And I was like, damn. Let me give y'all some of the features that he had on there. He had Chance the Rapper on there. That one was a good song. The one that really, really, really impressed me and got me was the one with Pharrell Williams on there. When I heard that one, I was like, wow, man. Like, if Pharrell actually produced him, ooh, boy, that would be cold. That would be a cold little project. He did have Gunner on the album. Had Lil Yachty on the album. Don Toliver, and I'm a big fan of Don Toliver. He had that out on he had that on the album. He had him on the album, sorry. And TTO, KT and Rain. And it's composed of 20 songs on there, but I'm telling you, man, they banging. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was definitely impressed by this. And he takes you on a journey, man, which Kodak actually does. He has good storytelling capability, and just giving you a day in the life of Kodak Black. And he often knows how to rebrand himself, bring it back out, tell you his side, his version of how he's living. And when you listening to it, he's just giving you a good vibe. I actually did like this album. I was impressed by it. I definitely suggest listening to it, because I was like blown away, because I really didn't know what I was going to get. Because just like how you see him in interviews and stuff like that, you really don't know what Kodak going to show up. I was like this with the album. When I saw that it dropped, I was kind of like, oh man, I want to check it out because I don't want to miss anything. And it's an obligation to y'all. Like, let me go ahead and check it out. But hey, I actually did like the album, and I put it in rotation. My girl was listening to it. She liked it. She was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. And that's how I felt. I'm like, damn, am I just tripping? But yes, you definitely want to check this out. It's called Just Get Started. It's Kodak Black. Check it out. He dropped it Friday. It's worth the listen. Go check that out. And we're going to move on to the next album. The next album that I was listening to was Icewear Vezzo. And this one actually is banging too. Last week, y'all saw me shine some light on another Detroit artist by the name of Payroll. And this is another one, Icewear Vezzo. Hey, I like ISO. And he definitely giving you that grown man talk, hustle talk. And in that Detroit area, that's what they do, man. ISO definitely puts it down. Gonna give you some of the features that was on there. He had GT on there. Finesse 2 Times is on here. 2 Chainz is on here. It's not real heavy driven as far as features, but to be perfectly honest with you, he don't really need them because he holds it on his own. He gives you his own style. Icewear Vezzo, man, he's one of those Detroit rappers that if you like the Detroit scene and you like to hear about the hustle, you like to hear about what's going on in Detroit and just giving you that flavor, that pimp talk, that hustle talk, that living life talk, he definitely is in the realms of that because he'll definitely give it to you. The beats are banging too, you know what I'm saying? I definitely will give him that. It's called Purple Passion. If I didn't say the title of it, it's called Purple Passion. So you definitely want to check that out. and it's just one of those things that I was giving it a listen. I did spin it probably about like 3 times. So I'm not giving reviews. Like I said, I'm just telling y'all albums that were new releases that just came out that I listened to, that I check out, and I'll be like, hey, if I like them, hey, I tell you to go check them out. And this is definitely one of the ones I would tell you to go check out, man. So as of right now, I'm going to wrap it up right there. Hey, if you're new to the channel, man, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will continue to move on and continue to give y'all new music to check out. Oh, and I do have an honorable mention. Almost forgot about that. Got an honorable mention. Check this one out. Before I forget, I almost left them off. Chase by DJ Drama, the Gangsta Grill, Eastside Chase. Check this out. This was an honorable mention. I put this in and listened to it. Came out on Halloween. I like the Gangsta Grills. I often like what DJ Drama's doing, but this one right here, man, hey, check this one out. This one was a sleeper for me. And this was done in actually mixtape style, but it was just giving you like a teaser of how the project could actually sound. Because like I said, it is a mixtape. But what I was impressed about the most with this one was he was actually taking songs that were reminiscent of other songs, and the beats were real similar, but put his own little spin on it, like mixtapes are, especially with Rockefeller. He had that one, Hot Boy Shit. He put his own little spin on that, and it sounds like a Hot Boy track. Nia Long. He had songs on here. There's no features on it. It's just him. And this is definitely something, and he's from Atlanta, so it is something that, like, if you like the ATL sound, that Southern style, it is something to really check out. I actually was impressed by it. Came out of nowhere. I had never really heard of him, but I did. I do often check out the Gangsta Grill, so I was like, he got to be slapping if, DJ Drama is messing with him. So I decided to give it a listen, and I will say, this one is worth checking out. It is definitely worth checking out. So if you want someone new to listen to, and I don't really know how old he is, but I would say from listening to what he would of what's going on in the album, he's from the younger generation, but you can clearly hear what he's saying. He actually has punchline, and I actually did like what he was saying. He is giving you some of that gangster shit because it is a gangster grill, but it's definitely worth checking out. So hey, the name of it is Gangsta Grill Eastside Chase. So you might want to check that out. Now I'm actually done. And this your boy 51 Spade signing out for Talking Area 51. Like I said, you're new to the channel. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And then I'll continue to hit y'all with the new music. Sorry for the delay. I was on vacation, but I'm back. Glad y'all stay tuned. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Help me grow the community, man, because I really appreciate that, man. And until next time, man, this is 51 Spade. I'm out of here. Peace.